Lucius Annaeus Seneca, commonly known as Seneca, was a prominent Roman Stoic philosopher, statesman, and dramatist of the Silver Age of Latin literature. His prolific works have left a profound impact on philosophy and literature, with his timeless insights on human nature and morality still resonating today. Among his most influential writings is the essay on the shortness of life, in which Seneca explores the fleeting nature of life and emphasizes the importance of living in the present. He cogently argues that life is not inherently short, but becomes so through misuse, as people often squander their time on unimportant distractions and fail to focus on what truly matters. His reflections serve as a timeless reminder of the importance of time, the brevity of human existence, and the necessity to live a focused, meaningful life. So here are 5 lessons from Seneca on how to effectively use your time. 1. Time is our most valuable asset. Seneca placed great emphasis on the concept of time as a precious commodity. In his profound treatise on the shortness of life, he implored readers to recognize and cherish the fleeting nature of life. Time, he argued, is the most valuable asset we possess, one that is consistently underappreciated and often squandered without a second thought. Seneca's famous quote, "People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful of the one thing in which it is right to be stingy," underpins this critical tenet of his philosophy. He observed that people are often scrupulous when it comes to managing their material possessions, always careful not to lose or waste them. However, when it comes to time, a commodity far more valuable, they are imprudent and wasteful. This lack of appreciation for the value of time, according to Seneca, results in lives that feel short and unfulfilled. To Seneca, time was to be treated as the most valuable resource, far exceeding the worth of any material possessions. This is because, unlike money or possessions, time cannot be replenished or earned back once it's spent. It is the very fabric of life itself, and its judicious use is paramount to leading a fulfilled and contented existence. Thus, Seneca urged his readers to be stingy with their time, to guard it as carefully as their most treasured possessions, and to spend it only on pursuits that added value to their lives. While this is a lesson from antiquity, it remains starkly relevant in today's fast-paced, distraction-filled society. Seneca's wisdom urges us to consciously evaluate how we spend our time, to discard trivial pursuits, and to focus on meaningful activities that contribute to our growth, happiness, and fulfillment. In essence, Seneca challenges us to treat time as the ultimate treasure that it truly is. 2. Don't waste your free time. Seneca, through his Stoic teachings, implored his readers to make the most of the time they had been given. His quote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Life is long enough, and a sufficiently generous amount has been given to us for the highest achievements, if it were all well invested," highlights his view on the profound importance of using our time wisely. Seneca argued that life, in and of itself, is not short, but rather made to seem so by our own wastefulness and lack of attention. According to him, if our time were utilized efficiently, we would find that we've been given an ample allotment for accomplishing great things. In other words, the perception of life's brevity is a consequence of poor time management, not an inherent feature of existence. The concept of investing time is integral to Seneca's philosophy. Much like a prudent financial investor, we ought to carefully consider where we place our temporal resources, focusing on activities that yield meaningful returns such as personal growth, wisdom, fulfilling relationships, and virtuous actions. Time spent on frivolous or destructive pursuits, he argued, is akin to throwing away our greatest resource. In practical terms, Seneca suggested that we should be deliberate about how we use our free time. Rather than being consumed by idle gossip, mindless entertainment, or needless worry about the future, he advocated for self-improvement, learning, contemplation, and contributing to the common good. By doing so, we can truly make the most of the time given to us. Ultimately, Seneca's philosophy urges us to approach time with respect and intentionality. Each moment should be recognized for its potential, an opportunity for growth, learning, love, and virtue. By heeding Seneca's wisdom, we can strive to ensure our time is indeed well invested, and thus experience a life of true richness and fulfillment. 3. Eliminate procrastination. Seneca stressed the significance of immediacy and action over procrastination. His quote, "Putting things off is the biggest waste of life. It snatches away each day as it comes and denies us the present by promising the future. The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy," offers a compelling commentary on the pitfalls of constant anticipation and delay. Seneca believed that deferring actions or decisions for a more opportune future moment robs us of the potential inherent in the present. Each day, he argued, holds unique opportunities that are forever lost if not seized immediately. When we continually postpone, we don't just postpone an action, but we also delay the living of our life, which, in essence, is a collection of present moments. The expectancy Seneca referred to is a mental state wherein one is perpetually looking forward to future events, consequently neglecting the present. This expectation, while seemingly harmless, can prevent us from fully engaging with our current experiences and detracts from the richness of life. It is, as Seneca argued, a significant obstacle to truly living. To embody Seneca's teachings, one can practice converting long-term rewards into immediate ones, thereby fostering a sense of urgency and engagement. For example, consider the goal of learning a new language. The long-term reward is fluency, but that might take years to achieve, and waiting for this reward could lead to procrastination. To make the reward immediate, one could focus on the daily accomplishments, such as understanding a new sentence, correctly pronouncing a difficult word, or successfully having a basic conversation in the new language. Each day then becomes rewarding, fostering motivation and satisfaction. By focusing on these immediate rewards, we are less likely to postpone or delay our efforts, and more likely to remain actively engaged in our present tasks. Seneca's wisdom encourages us to live fully in the present, making the most of each day as it comes, and not to let anticipation of future rewards hinder our current endeavors. 4. Don't waste your time planning for life. Seneca maintained that life is not a dress rehearsal, it is the main event happening here and now. If we spend too much time preparing for a future that may never come as we expect, we risk missing out on the richness of the present moment. While preparation has its place, it should not be at the cost of active participation in our current lives. To truly live, Seneca posited, one must remain present and engaged, appreciating life as it unfolds, rather than being consumed by plans for a distant future. For example, consider the case of someone so engrossed in planning for their retirement that they miss the joy and opportunities of their working years. They might be continually saving and preparing for a future period of relaxation and enjoyment, to the point where they overlook or undervalue their current experiences. According to Seneca's teachings, such an individual is not truly living, but merely preparing to live. The future-focused life, while prudent to an extent, risks overlooking the reality that the richness of life is available here and now. Life is happening in the present, and any time spent solely preparing is time not truly lived. Seneca's teachings on this topic urge us to achieve a balance between preparation and presence. His wisdom serves as a reminder that while prudence is an admirable virtue, it must not detract from our engagement with the present. By maintaining this delicate balance, we can ensure that we are not merely preparing for life, but truly living it. 5. Live life for yourself. Seneca imparted wisdom about the distinction between truly living life and merely existing. His quote, "So you must not think a man has lived long because he has white hair and wrinkles. He has not lived long, just existed long," encapsulates his belief that a life filled with purpose, learning, and engagement is distinctly different from a life merely spent in passive existence. According to Seneca, a person may accumulate many years, signified by white hair and wrinkles, but that doesn't necessarily imply that they have truly lived. Simply existing, going through the motions of life without active engagement or purpose, isn't equivalent to living. Life, as Seneca interpreted it, is an active process, requiring personal growth, active participation, and a consistent commitment to virtue. Living life for oneself, in Seneca's view, doesn't mean pursuing self-interest at the expense of others, but rather it involves cultivating a life rich with wisdom, moral character, and deep engagement with the world. It's about fostering inner peace, self-understanding, and a sense of purpose that aligns with one's deepest values. For example, consider an individual who spends their life in a job they find unfulfilling, only waiting for the weekends or retirement to enjoy life. They're physically aging, but they're just existing rather than truly living. Instead, Seneca would urge such an individual to actively seek personal and professional environments that foster growth, challenge, and fulfillment. By doing so, they can transform from merely existing to truly living, immersing themselves in experiences that offer genuine engagement and fulfillment. Seneca's wisdom is a call to critically examine our own lives. Are we merely accumulating days, or are we embracing each moment as a unique opportunity for growth, joy, and meaningful contribution? By reminding ourselves of this critical difference, we can aspire to lead a life that aligns with Seneca's vision of truly living rather than merely existing. If you enjoyed this video, please check out these other videos, and for more videos like this one, subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching.